Ladies and gentlemen, what's good, y'all? It's the Chillmeister Chris Gary, and this is a very special edition of Focus Fights Audio. Or if you're watching this, it's Focus Fights Audio Video Edition. And with Bellator MMA officially absolved into the PFL, hundreds of fighters are trying to either navigate new waters in other leagues or survive in the tournament structure elsewhere. This Bellator, LFA, and ACA veteran I'll be speaking to will look to do a mix of both as he looks to keep American MMA's hopes scratching and surviving in the RIZIN Fighting Federation Heavyweight Grand Prix kicking off next weekend, May 4th, as you're watching or listening to this right now, live from the world-famous Tokyo Dome. 6'6", 267 pounds, this man represents the Chi-Town, Chicago, Illinois, and Midwest Training Center to the fullest. This is the American Predator, Daniel James. And Daniel, I just gotta say, what up, though?
What up, man? I like the introduction, man. This was cool.
I try to keep it professional as much as I can, but you know, you gotta let the hood out at least once.
One time. I got you, though.
But I gotta ask, before I get off into these questions, how's the training coming along? How has it basically been since you got that call up to be a part of this tournament?
Man, I got the call I feel like a little bit over, about 7 weeks ago. You know, we was training, you know, but training wasn't really intense. We was still waiting on something to happen. My manager was shopping around, and he was getting a lot of phone calls about certain different paths and direction and where I was gonna wind up. And he finally called me. He was like, you know, RIZIN hit him up. They wanted me, and I was like, man, shit, that's cool. I'll fight for RIZIN. I like that. You know, I wanted to fight for RIZIN with Bellator. Did the Bellator versus RIZIN. And when I got the opportunity to fight the Grand Prix, I'm like, ooh, that was a no-brainer. So I had enough here. I'm like, it's time to go back, trying to get back up over the water and make some things happen. So, and then we just went back into training camp and shit just went crazy. And it's been a rough one though, but it's been worth it though.
Now, when it comes down to your MMA journey, obviously when it comes to your LFA career, you lost your third fight in that promotion due to illegal knee strikes for some crazy-ass reason. But considering the fact that in RIZIN, said knees like those would be legal, as well as grounded kicks, 12-6 elbows, you know, up kicks, stuff like that, will fighting under the superior rule set for RIZIN, or RIZIN as you call, help boost your fight style?
Shit. Man, it is what it is. I don't, you know, They allow all type of shit.
Well, as long as it's not headbutting and eye gouging.
Yeah, as long as it ain't an eye gouge, you know what I'm saying? Like a kick, a head kick, you know, people make mistakes. People go through it, but now it's legal over here, so the whole thing is don't go to the ground, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the fight stand and do it, ground and pound, like, right? You know, do what you do. But yeah, man, I wouldn't want to be on the other side of that, but I plan on being on the A side of that, and you know what I'm saying. But that ain't you know that's different. That's different shit. This is different animal type shit.
Exactly.
You know that.
Yeah. Now, when it comes down to international experience, obviously you fought all over the world, but you're most notably known for fighting 6 times in Absolute Championship Akhmat over in Russia. And you was damn near the heavyweight champion over there. You were a contender, yeah. You went 4-2, but you were damn near the heavyweight champ. I mean, I can't ask how it felt like to be fighting for a promotion ran by some shady people, but from your point of view, what was it like being a menace over there? What was it like being damn near dominant over in Russia?
So you did your homework, bro. But man. When you fight in Russia, to be honest with you, man, we fight ACA, you fight the cream of the creme. And I think that's when I became like, the that fighter that I felt like could compete with anybody. Because when you fight over there, you fighting against Man, the biggest, the baddest, these motherfuckers. Everybody in shape. Everybody come ready. Everybody 6 foot tall, 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". You know what I'm saying? Everybody tall. Everybody do everything that they do, and I just, man, you know, it was different. You know, they don't bring Americans over there to win. You know what I'm saying? They bring Americans over there to, you know, maybe take a fall, boss. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, you know, they fly you over there. You probably get over there like 2 days before the fight, and when you gotta get ready, it's like, damn, it's crazy. But man, I just stood my own over there, man. I had a shot. I had an opportunity to go for the title and things of that sort. But man, I'm like, you know what, man? I made a big name over here. They love me over there. I said it's time to go back home. You know what I'm saying? So I came back to America and just went on a tear and had some fun here. And you know, I love fighting over in Russia though. It just brings the barbarian up out of you, man. It just make you just want to just, you know what I'm saying, make you think about what just happened in that goddamn ring when you go home. Even though you win the fight, hands hurt. You know what I'm saying? The Russians got some hard heads, man. But man, we made it happen. You know what I'm saying? I had an opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, take a stand at the title. And, you know, a lot of stuff had popped off over there. You know, the war had started. It was cahoots everywhere. And then I went up to coming back home, man. And then just taking advantage of the scene over here in the USA. And then it played in my favor. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody missed me, and I was over there having some fun, man. Having a Dave James show was amazing, man. Especially in Chicago. You had some fun.
Right. Now, when it comes down to obviously being a heavyweight or really being a fighter outside the UFC in general, it's hard to get fights against name talent. I mean, like we discussed, you just basically went over to Russia and dominated motherfuckers. But when it comes down to the landscape now, I mean, obviously you said you had to go back to the United States to fight a few times in Bellator just to get yourself known. But now with Bellator absolved and Francis Ngannou joining the PFL and other stuff like that, do you think it could potentially lead to more fighters proving their worth in other promotions?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like, none of that stuff is hard. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm Dave James. Like, my city loves me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about going to Tennessee or New York or anything and being a big name. Like, I walk through Chicago. You know what I'm saying? They love me. It's my spot I live at. It's where I die. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, people sign with these sign friends and go to PFL. Ain't nothing happening with that. You know what I'm saying? PFL lost a lot of guys. And like you said, Bellator, the company retired. We had a blast with Bellator. Bellator was always the place that I wanted to be. So when Bellator disappeared, I wasn't even tripping about leaving. You know what I'm saying? It was okay. You know, I was ready to get up out of there anyway. You know what I'm saying? And when my manager called me with RIZIN thing, I was just like, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I can go there. That's okay. I'll take another flight. You know what I'm saying? I'll take my family to Japan and visit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to do what I do. I put Chicago on the map for MMA. I know we got a lot of guys that fight. Nothing against none of that, but I do everything in the house, everything at home. And I took the first pitch at the Cubs game. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Chicago MMA has been going crazy right now, and we have been doing really well with it. You know what I'm saying? Started the fight organization, Chicago Cage Fight, that I'm a part of. We did our first event in March 1st and had a sellout. We got other events coming, giving another athletes the opportunity to get their name out there and showcase their talent. You know what I'm saying? So I think what I'm doing with MMA right now is opening up a lot of different doors for a lot of young guys around Chicago. Give them hope, like, man, they can fight around the world. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just got to fight here, fight there. You can fight anywhere and make a great living. You know what I'm saying? I think thank God for that. I'm blessed for that, you know?
And I mean, come to think of it, when it comes down to Chicago, I can basically say for myself, being from Houston and with relatives in Chicago, I mean, a lot of people see Chicago and Houston basically as like mid-sized fight towns. They basically see it as, because we're in the central time zone, because we're in the Midwest or the third coast down here in my neck of the woods, we basically get stepped on by the New Yorks and the LAs and all those places around the country, and really all those places around the world. But from your point of view, do you see Chicago as a big fight market in addition to a market for all this other shit?
That's a question, man. I don't think the fight market for Chicago is really crazy or big like that. I think right now I think it's still growing. I think it's still growing. We big in every other sport. Chicago is only going to be basketball, football, because. But the MMA scene has opened up a lot more doors now. We have more people in these gyms now, more guys coming out, more females coming out to train, and so I'm looking at some females now, I'm like, whoa, these are the next Amandas and Hollies and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at, we got a bunch of little boxers and stuff like that, so I'm looking at the sport is really growing. I'm just glad that I was a part of that. And it got to start with somebody, right? You have the Shorty Carters went through. You have, you have the, all the other legends that went through. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's a lot of guys that came through Illinois, and you know what I'm saying, Curran. There's a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? We got Bilal as a UFC champ now. We got, you know what I'm saying? We had Lewis Taylor with the PFL $1 million tournament champ that time. You know what I'm saying? Got my boy Curtis fighting in the UFC. You got Chad Hayes undefeated right now. You got myself, and I think I'm the only one who really stayed here in Chicago to train because I wanted to blow it up in the city. And those other guys have something to do with it too, because we all still cut from the same cloth. You know what I'm saying? And we all still, you know what I'm saying, try to spread the word and try to explore and get people to understand that, like, yo, I'm from the shop. Like, we got fighters over here. You know what I'm saying? Just like when Big Boy didn't get on the mic at the awards and said the South got something to say. Like Chicago got something to say. We out here doing it too. And we not a big MMA town, but it's growing, and the way it's growing is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got some monsters right now. We got some up and coming guys, man, that I'm watching every day. I remember Terry Martin fought in the UFC. We got his son training right now. You know what I'm saying? And he's a dog. You know what I'm saying? And we got Baby Bull. Like, we got all these cats that's coming up. You won't hear these guys' names in the next year. For real, these monsters right now. So I'm just glad to be a part of that and be the big brother to those guys.
I mean, be the big brother, more like be the ambassador, so to speak, right?
Yeah, man, I like that, man. You got some nice words, man. I like that. Keep talking that shit, man.
I try to speak with a little bit of eloquence when it comes down to it, but still, though, when it comes down to the shy, obviously you got to outweigh the good with the bad, and it really does suck to see Chicago in the news these days, mostly for chaos and violence and all these young people basically trying to be Billy Badasses and not knowing what
tell me about it, man.
But still, don't. I mean, I can't speak on that even though I got family up there. I haven't been there in almost 20 years. But considering, like you said, you got fighters from all up and down the side, north side and south side, that basically have done well to put Chicago over and give it a good name. I mean, what would be the one thing you would say to that young kid or to that young person that basically, is deciphering whether I want to put the guns down and pick the gloves up?
Man, what I would tell a man, the same thing I tell my son. How do you want to live your life? You want to live your life in chase? Or you want to live your life safe in a way that you know that you prepared it to be? And I tell him, like, man, listen, man. I would tell him, don't stop dreaming. Keep believing, man. And keep your head in the clouds, because life is bigger than your city. Life is bigger than your side of town you live on. Life is bigger than the south side, the west side, and everything. There's a whole world out here you get to see. And the only way you're going to get to see is you continue to write your story. And don't give up yet, because the thing is, you will never know how your finale is going to be. You're the narrator of your own life. And that's what I tell these shorties these days. And that's why I continue to tell these shorties. Live as long as you want, and never win as long as you live, man. Real. That's what I say. That's what I tell me at 17.
True. I mean, to be honest, a lot of these people, especially these little kids, these young kids that just basically be toting around, acting like they shit don't stink, acting like they basically have all the world at their shoulders. I mean, it's like they don't know what the hell they doing whenever they have that gun in their hand, you know?
They don't get it, bro. And I think that's the saddest thing. I had a buddy sent me a video 2 weeks ago. It was a big shooting. It was a shooting on the south side of Chicago. And my buddy recorded it with his door camera. And he was on the porch. And shorties from 13 to 18 years old were shooting at each other. Two of them got hit, you know what I'm saying? And my buddy ducked down. This is a good dude. Works for the electric company. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to provide for his family and just always trying to do something short and give back to these kids. And when he hit me up, I was like, his name was Don. He was like, man, dude, this was just happening. I'm like, whoa, next you know, I look on the news, that video that he had recorded circulating around the internet and they posted it. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Ain't nobody in Chicago doing nothing to Chicago but these cats from the neighborhood. And they sit up here and get mad and point fingers at everybody for what we don't have. We gotta change our own community in order to try to change the world, man. Like you can't be pointing at people and telling people that they ain't giving you none if you up here killing each other. You got little girls getting killed in the parking lot at McDonald's. Like, come on, man, let's talk about this. I'm talking about trying to change everybody else and get mad at everybody else. Let's fix us first. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's what we need to do here in Chicago. At least that's what I see. Because I'm in it. You know what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you're saying, man. And when it comes down to it, I know you got family members who are also big into being athletes. I know you threw out the first pitch at Wrigley Field before, but it's basically like this. When you tell your friends, your family, or your fellow athletes about preparing to be a fighter, what's the average reaction you get?
Shit, you better put both feet in. You can't have one foot out, one foot in. You gotta have both feet in. You gotta understand, if you gonna do this, you gotta do it. You gotta have somebody behind you that's telling you, like, listen, I got you. See, the thing is, when I came into the game, I made sure I had something put up. Because I knew I was gonna have to do some investing in myself, you know what I'm saying? Like paying for travel coaches and training gear, and you know, you gotta get up and train every day, because if you ain't training, there's another Daniel James out there getting ready right now. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta make sure you're on your square, on your game. Like this ain't, you can't play this. You can play basketball, you can play football, you can play baseball. You can't play fighting. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be in this because you gotta train and you gotta learn. They say, oh, like it's never a day that you can stop learning. I don't give a damn. If you're 90 years old, you always can learn something. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be ready to willing to go the road with this shit. Like I tell any young guy that's coming up right now, all the shit you see on TV, and you think, oh, that move look nice. Do you understand what that guy went through that's champion? The guy that's champion, do you understand what he went through outside the ring to get there? Because the fight should be the enjoyment. The training is the hard part. Getting up, going to the gym 3 times a day, training, getting punched on, running all these miles, doing weight training, doing dieting like crazy. Like, that shit's different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Basically getting up at 4, 5, 6 in the morning.
5 in the morning, you know, running miles. Coach telling you like you bullshit, and when you look like, Coach, I did everything I was supposed to do. Yeah, something that you missed. You like, and you like, man, you got to be mentally ready for this. Like, this game is different. Like, MMA, guys that does MMA, boxing, or anything like that, we have a whole different mindset. Mm-hmm. We're not hostile. We're not angry. We're like, it takes a lot to piss us off because you're sitting around looking like, you know, this dude is just running his mouth like, I know something that's so crazy that I can destroy anybody. I'm gonna just sit right here and let him raise his voice. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you elevate it, just like don't elevate him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I just say, man, so just like you gotta be ready to go all in. And you gotta be ready to just push the nonsense. And like if you got a girlfriend, she better be a part of it. She better be ready to go the distance with you. She better be ready to understand that there's gonna be some days that you can't go to family functions, you can't go to birthday parties, you can't celebrate Valentine's Days. You can't celebrate all this other shit because right now you're getting ready for a battle, and that's all that matters right now. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta rest, you gotta do all this there. Like, ain't no time for really like they play. You know what I'm saying? You don't see a lot of MMA fighters out playing. You see a lot of them podcasts and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Connecting with people, but you don't see a lot of guys that's active out there doing things like that. But when they done, you see them at the Disney World. You see them doing this and doing that. You know what I'm saying? Relaxing, enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't seeing nobody doing nothing crazy like that. We try to just focus on the next step, perfect your craft. We don't chase the money. We perfect the craft for the money comes. That's all it is when you're doing MMA. This is not a rich man's sport. You got to earn what you make. You know what I'm saying? You got to bust your ass. And then when you go to the bank, you say, damn, I'm making 6 figures every fight. Now that's an accomplishment. Now you look like, okay, now I'm good. It's a career. I'm able to take care of people around me. I'm able to pay the coaches, travel with everybody. I'm able to do some different things. And money keep adding up. It's can't do nothing stupid with it because you got to know how to manage it. You got to get a good account. You got to get somebody to really handle your books and show you how to continue to keep this money flowing. Because if you're done, you want to look back at it, okay, I got this. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be ready for that shit.
And I mean, come to think of it, Daniel, I hate to interrupt, even though it's kind of my thing, but many people probably wouldn't understand what being a competitor and then blowing through your money means, even if they hit it on the back of their head. I mean, if anything, there's this documentary that ESPN had like a few years ago called Broke that shown a lot of athletes basically waste all their money. You know, about a few years' time, they go from the highest ranked player in the world, or the highest ranked fighter in the world, to sitting on the fucking park bench.
Yeah, man, trust me, you know, man, you watch it and you see it. Come on, man, you just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I see guys, man, that's working odd end jobs now. I'm like, damn, bro, you should have started a business. You know what I'm saying? Get an LLC, get an EIN, you know, start a nonprofit, start something like that. Get in front of these shorties, start a youth program or something like that. Create an income. You know what I'm saying? Buy a piece of property. You know what I'm saying? So I think like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, this is what needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? There's always a plan. Because like it's like 50 Cent said, you got to understand when athletes get the money, they spend the money. So and that's why you have to make sure when you get the money, you got to say, hey man, Shaq said, you don't live off what you bring in. You live off a percentage of a percentage. Shaq said, hey, you take $1, you pay it half, you live off half the dollar. You know what I'm saying? And I think about that. That stuff makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like because I know I like cars and watches and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like let me be cool. You know what I'm saying? So I don't buy too much stuff. But when I get stuff, it's like I got a sponsor. So like my sponsor like, hey bro, we got this new thing on the lot. Like we need you to do this on social media. We gonna look out for you. Hey man, I got this watch here, bro. I need you to help me out some promotion. I got you on this nice rodeo. So I'm like, I'll stay last. And that's how you gotta be marketable. You can't burn bridges with people, bro. Like some people burn bridges. Like I'm not gonna come on a podcast and be like, oh man, screw you. And then next year you know something big coming up and guys talking about I ain't doing podcasts like that. I ain't never bigger than none of that. I'm always gonna be like, man, listen, I'm gonna do a podcast for who, this and that. If you're a good brother, I'm gonna do it for him. It don't matter where you're from. I want to get my voice out there. I want to continue to reach these people and talk to these people, let them know what's going on. Like, you can't burn bridges. Because somebody might ask you something about me one day, and I don't need you to tell them no more dick. You know what I'm saying? I know you like, DJ, a nice dude, you know?
And I mean, kind of think of it, going back to the whole thing about getting up to training but not blowing through your money. That's what I basically see with all these, you know, social media superstars or whatever trying to be boxers or trying to be MMA fighters. I mean, if they were to actually take this shit seriously, you know, they would know. I mean, I can't really fault the Paul brothers, even though they some massive fucking tools. But still, when it comes down to some of these social media stars, I'm using it in quotation marks, trying to be fighters, I mean, if they were to actually take some of this seriously, they would understand the grind, the hustle, and the determination that fighters like yourself go through.
They're just doing it for entertainment. They're not living the life that you live getting ready for a fight like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not seeing what we really go through. They getting ready to say, oh, wait, this is going to be cool to put on social media. we're getting ready to do this because, like, this is a way out for a lot of us. This is something that we're using to stay humble with ourselves, like, find some peace and deal with some issues. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get to punch somebody in the fucking face and not go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to be mad at everybody. You say, you know what? I've been through a lot of shit outside the ring. I can get in the ring and release all the stress if I want to. You know what I'm saying?
Come to think of it, when it comes down to some of these fighters like yourself, you know, being in the ring or being in the cage is the only way some of y'all can even get that peace, tranquility, and serenity.
Yeah, man. And I can speak on that. Yes, I'm one of them. Like, for real, like, I always was a kid that held so much in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could never get mad at nobody. I would just stay silent. I wouldn't say anything. I think that kind of helped me to be who I am today because I was able to absorb it all. But it was just became too much sometimes. I just said, I need an outlet. I need to go to the gym, hit the heavy bag, get on some pads, and find myself. You know what I'm saying? Let out some frustration, which I think people don't understand that we need to release some frustration sometimes. You know what I'm saying? As a man, like, our mental health is at stake, which people don't really talk about as much. Like, we're men. Like, we deal with certain things. You know, men always get the last end of the stick. I don't care what nobody says. Like Chris Rock said, a dog, kid, and a baby is the one is always considered first. And then a motherfucker who really provide and everything like that, though. But they tell us, like, oh, you first. No, yeah, we understand. But we always going to be put here to protect. We always going to be put here to provide for something or somebody, and whether people know it or not. You know what I'm saying? And we need our outlet to deal with our mental health to be okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least that's what I feel, yeah.
I mean, come to think of it, when it comes down to that, sometimes I just take some walks around my neighborhood, maybe to go down to the corner store and get myself something to eat or something to make me feel better. But still, sometimes that walk, sometimes that walk around that neighborhood could mean a lot, trying to get, stress, trying to get anger, trying to get myself calm.
It could mean a lot, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Because that walk that you taking, man, is helping out a lot. That walk that you taking, man, is stopping you from snapping us on fucking body. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking to the charger right now.
Understood.
That walk that you taking, man, is, you know what I'm saying? It's really putting you at your peace, and people gotta understand that. You know what I'm saying? People gotta understand that, and it is what it is. You always gotta have an outlet. And I had that outlet, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with having an outlet. Just let that man walk down the street to the store and get him something to eat. And get him some cookies or something.
Exactly. Now, going back to the whole fight aspect of it, I mean, obviously, you are going to be one of these few fighters that jump over from Bellator to RIZIN or RIZIN. I mean, aside from yourself and Juan Archuleta out in California, but when it comes down to another ex-Bellator name making his way over to the Superior Rules set, what are your thoughts about Danny Sabatello joining the promotion?
Danny Sabatello?
Mm-hmm.
I heard of Danny Sabatello. Danny Sabatello, what's his weight class?
He is a bantamweight, primarily.
Bantamweight, yeah, that's Danny, yeah. Man, that's what's up, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's up, man. Good luck to him, man, and I love to see him over there, man. You know what I'm saying? And chop it up and say what's up, and man, you know what I'm saying? Just wish him luck on everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's a blessing for everybody to be able to land their feet somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of organizations that was, the GFL was coming up. You know what I'm saying? And I seen a lot of guys was going over to the GFL. They canceled 2 events. We thought about it too. But I'm looking like, man, bro, like when I seen all those announcements, I'm like, I seen what PFL had to offer for the tournament, and then I seen GFL what they was doing. I looked at Dirty Boxing, and I even looked at Bare Knuckle and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking like, man, listen, man, I'm about to make this the last dance. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I'm about to go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? Go out on top, active, ready, and everything. So I'm just glad that like some of these guys landed their feet in the right place. And I'm just happy that I land my feet in a place over here in RIZIN. You know, Japan always been on my bucket list.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's been on a lot of fighters' bucket list. But
Yeah.
but still, though, while I do have to ask, I mean, you fighting a guy in Marek Samochiuk that you probably know nothing about aside from the fact that he's fighting out of Poland. But when it comes down to this tournament, there's 6 other fighters from 5 different countries that are going to be in this Grand Prix. Let's just say you beat Marek in that first round fight. I mean, is it going to be hard to study other opponents as this Grand Prix rolls on?
Yeah. Actually, the guy that I fight, I know he fought for KSW. When I was fighting for ACA, I used to look at those guys from KSW. KSW was another organization over in Europe. ACH was just up here, and you had Octagon and KSW, and you know, I watched a few fights. You know, I think he went like 7-4, something like that. Mm-hmm. I watched a few fights, and you know, it's okay. You know, so I never talk shit about nobody. I wasn't surprised. You know, it was a guy. You know, he's fighting and he's doing what he got to do, and I trained with so many guys, and I've seen guys like that. I fought against the Marcelo Gomes, the Tyrell Fortunes. I fought against the guys. I fought against the Dennises, the Islam, the Ruslan Magninov. I fought against these big monsters. And, you know, I just got to go out there and do what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I expect to do no less. Just go and do what I do, man, and hope he come ready to fight and you know, do what you do, man. Give these people a show. You know what I'm saying? I let coaches watch fight film. I start watching fight film when I'm on the plane. Because I like to watch patterns. And when you winning, I like to watch fights patterns when you losing. And I like to watch, you know what I'm saying, like, I just like to watch when a person get their rhythm, how they get when they moving, how they get when they going, when they teeing off. I try to see what mistakes they make when they win. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't look at their mistakes when they win. I try to look at the mistakes when you win, not mistakes when you lose. Look at the mistakes when you win. Because the mistakes you made when you lost is the same mistake you made when you win. You just didn't notice because you just fought somebody.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, when it comes down to doubts and all of that, I look back at one of your quotes that you posted on Instagram, and it goes a little something like, "The truth is, most people won't clap for you until it benefits them. Keep going anyway. This isn't about proving them wrong, it's about proving yourself right." Now, you've been a pro since 2014, but as I mentioned, in this Grand Prix, against all these different fighters from around the world and Japan, you know, you're going to be able to prove yourself to the world. If you win this, will that prove the doubters should have been supporting you all along?
Yeah, you know, like, I'm at the point now that, like, I'm self-motivated, you know what I'm saying? And anything else that comes into my vicinity, into my circle of people is really small right now, you know what I'm saying? Because this mountain is lonely, you know what I'm saying? And people will watch you, people will see you do things, but people are going to see what they want to see, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
People are going to cheer you on, they're going to celebrate you, or they might shy away. You know how it is. You know how people is. Must be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, right now, it's like me going over here to fight at RIZIN. It's not about me proving to anybody else. It's just me proving to myself that I did what I was set out to do. And whoever else get inspired by that, that's a plus sign for me. Because I did what I did to prove myself to the people that you can make this happen doing anything. You can create your own lane. But now it's about me and my family doing what I need to be doing and getting to this world title and saying, hey, I did it. I really proved to myself that I really had it in me. And there's nothing like that feeling the real to let yourself know that, like, bro, you did it. I talk to myself every day. I wake up in the morning every day, look in the mirror, brush my teeth, wash my face, and look in the mirror and tell myself it's go time. I literally do that. My son think I'm crazy. He said, Daddy, you talk to yourself? I say, yeah, bro, the best you can. I say, man, the best thing you do is talk to yourself. Tell yourself, like, 3 different things: success, health, and family. Like, those 3 things that you say in your head, like, it's fixed. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, man, so if that answers your question, there wasn't really answer, but it's just
Man,
an explanation. But I'm just
it's all I needed. It's all I needed to hear. But when it comes down to this, I mean, obviously you said this is like your Jordan 98. This is like your last dance, so to speak. But when this is all said and done, when you fight in RIZIN, hopefully for the world title after running this tournament, or when you basically decide, hey, it's time to basically go back to the family, you know, just hang up the gloves and be there for my kids. What will fighting in general, not just in RIZIN or Bellator or whatever, mean for you when it's all said and done?
Well, fight for me, you got blanked out a little bit. You said, what was fighting for me?
What fighting will have meant for you, basically, is what I was trying to ask.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, what fight has been for me, like, I fought for a lot of different things. I fought for peace, and I did peace for myself. Peace for just the people in general, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I fought for equality, and not just equality within, like, race or, you know, color or humanity. I'm saying equality within yourself. You have to feel like you deserve to be up to the plate. You have to feel that you should be up front. You have to feel that you the same as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I fought for dreams, bro. I fought for fear. I fought for just life in general. I fought for shit, love, happiness, peace. You feel me? Like all these things I fought for. You know what I'm saying? So I never fight angry. I will give you the shirt off my back. Like, if you brought your cousin to town and I said, we going to the store, your cousin with me, I got his back 100%, and he don't even know me. Like, man, this dude is loyal. But it's, you know, I fought for a lot of different things, man. I fought for my city. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I fought for my sons to see that they dad can do anything. I fought for my sons to say, man, like, my dad went through all this adversity. He went through all these things in life, and he overcame everything. He didn't need nobody to come pat him on the back. He told us his story. He told us his upbringing, and he would withstand the storm. It's like I say, an eagle fly above the storm. He don't look at the forecast. They fly above the storm. You know what I'm saying? So you can go from you go from bird to the eagle. You know what I'm saying? And I chose the storm, and everything that I fought for is the same thing as that eagle soaring above the storm, going above the hurricane. You know what I'm saying? You know, getting pecked on the neck by that sparrow, that crow, and he say, you know what, I'm not gonna fight him. I'm gonna just fly higher. And he gonna suffocate. That crow gonna suffocate. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's just how it is, man. I created my own lane, and I did my thing in my lane, and I gave people hope. I gave people smiles. I made people turn their smiles upside down. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, and I just say that for those people that saw me, those people that saw me win, those people that saw me people that saw me lose or something, or lose in life, man, like I fought for all of that. Because I lost a million times in life, but man, I won so much. Man. You know what I'm saying? And all that, I fought for all that. I fought to overcome everything. And that's why I feel so good today. And that's why I feel like if when this tournament gets to this world title was a must for me, and to retire a world champion, like I have no regrets, dog. Like I have no regrets. Like I've really had a hell of a run, and I'm still hungry though. Like I'm still like I didn't start early. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still active as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm still one of the top dudes, and I can say like, man, I hope that I did enough to put it to the next generation of athletes, and they're gonna watch a Dane James and say, hey man, that brother Mike he probably wasn't better than everybody. But that dude had some wisdom. That dude spoke well. That dude always acknowledging people. That dude was a good guy. Because you could be a fighter or you could be an athlete. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So that was it for me, man. You know, it's just, you know, I just get to a detail about it, man. It's like you get to
It's
the really asking
okay.
that question. And that's one of the best questions anybody ever asked me in the interview.
Man,
Actually, to be honest with you.
it's okay, man. I'm sorry for making it feel so long-winded. I guess that would disqualify me from saying anything you'd like to say to your fans. Because let's just say, some of these people might be seeing you for the first time and think, damn, this dude's a beast. But they don't know the half of it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I just tell them this, man. Watch me. Watch this journey from May to December. We're gonna leave it all in the ring. We're gonna make it do what it do. If you got any kids at home and they looking to go box, they looking to go do some jiu-jitsu or some MMA, take them to kids to the gym. They ain't gotta fight, but listen, let them train. Let them find their way. Let them find their peace. No, we ain't gotta just be institutionalized on one or two sports. We ain't gotta just say basketball or football. We ain't gotta just think about the sport that bring the ladies out. They come out for MMA too. So, you know what I'm saying? Let those kids get in the gym, develop a discipline. I guarantee you, these kids be better students, better kids to their parents, respectful, and become many of them will become leaders, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just say to them, man, just continue to follow your boy. Follow me on my Instagram, Daniel James _Predator. You know, you can shoot me a message. I respond to anybody that follow me. My fans, like I always talk to them. I message them back. Whatever they going through in life, I get fan mail. I write them back. You know what I'm saying? I send pictures back. Like I do all that. Because I was that kid that didn't think that the impossible will be possible. And I realized I turned a dream into a reality. And man, I want these kids to see me, or these teenagers or these adults that want to start to see me and say, man, if he did it, shit, I definitely can do it. And I'm here to tell you, man, if I did it, you damn sure can do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, man. Yeah.
Man, you pretty much put over all of what I was about to ask, but I guess that would lead me two questions. One, any way you would like to promote Midwest Training Center? And two, let's just say Marek is watching this or trying to find some extra info about you. I mean, even though he probably can't learn a fucking thing about English, let's just say that. If there's anything that you would want to say to Marek to get him motivated to fight you, now would be the time.
Man, I say, man, listen, continue to train hard, bust your ass in the gym, leave it all on the mat, and show up, May 4th, and let's get busy.
I see. And one more time, how can people reach out to Midwest Training Center in the shop if they want to get to working out like how you're doing?
Man, if you want to get to Midwest Training Center, man, Midwest Training Center, we located in Schaumburg, Illinois, 455 East State Parkway in Schaumburg, Illinois. We're a part of Brazilian top team affiliate. Coach Rico Vera is the jiu-jitsu head coach. He's a fourth-degree black belt. We get special guests, Giuliano, Prada, all these guys come in and teach these seminars. Coach Alex Hill is the head coach over here at Midwest Training Center. He's amazing. You've seen my coach on TV, cornering me. He's a dog. My boxing coach, Coach Reg, runs beast boxing out of Midwest Training Center. We got some of the top USA boxers here now, getting ready for fights. And he's a beast. He with me everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? Got some of the good, best Muay Thai coaches in the city. We got Boris. We got Mikey Barnaby. We got an amazing facility. So come check us out, man. I'm here all the time. So if you want to come through and just meet me or come through and just work out and see how the gym runs, man, come through. Monday through Sunday, we open all the time. And bring your kids. We start on the youngest 3.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy to think about. But some of these young kids, especially those who have just learned to walk, even they would need training.
Yeah, man. They in here. We got some 3-year-olds in here. I'm like, them they 3? Like, 3-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? My youngest son is 10 now, but he started jiu-jitsu early. But he's 10. My oldest boy is in the gym boxing sparring right now.
Wow.
He's 6'5", 270. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's my height. You know what I'm saying? This kid 270 now.
I mean, it's basically if you think he big now, wait until he kicks your ass in 8 years.
Yeah, he talking shit to me too, man. He be talking shit. So he got his day coming. I told him, I said, don't worry about it. I'm gonna let you get in one day.
I mean, come to think of it, I got a family member right now that's just starting to play football. He would probably do damn well in some jiu-jitsu classes or some boxing.
Oh man, hell yeah!
Man,
I'm sorry. If a guy plays football, any other sport, they will do well in like jiu-jitsu. We got a lot of football players and wrestlers and everybody that come through and they do this stuff. And we got a whole class for police officers. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole class for women. We got a whole class for like kids. Like it's crazy. We got 40 kids in jiu-jitsu.
wow.
Right now. We got a 40 class jiu-jitsu kids through Monday through Saturday. We have to break the classes up. We have to go from having one class for the kids, having two classes, one class for a tournament style, and one class for all the kids. And each class is cool. It's crazy. Parents is lined up around the wall watching these kids do jiu-jitsu. They all get ready for tournaments right now. So it's crazy. So yeah, I tell people, man, it's like that. Bring these kids out. So we don't showcase a lot of stuff at MCC. We just do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah.
I mean,
your family was close around here, man. Tell them to come holler at me.
I mean, come to think of it, you probably tell them, hey, get these little badass kids off the games and off the internet and get them into some training classes.
Yeah, man. You just fucked a new idea on my head, so I got something to make, and I'm going to let you know about it.
But other than that, RIZIN Otoko Matsuri, you can see the American Predator get his grind on. You can see Daniel James take on Marek Samochiuk as part of the RIZIN Heavyweight Grand Prix, kicking off May 4th, 1 a.m. Eastern, midnight Central, 10 p.m. Pacific. Get yours at RIZIN.TV, or like the old and one saying goes, get yours or get used. You dig?
You dig? Peace, baby. I got you. Appreciate it, man.
Dun, 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 dun. Nope. I'm not gonna hum the rest of that song because I might get this video copyrighted if I do, but still though. I'm sorry if y'all seeing me right now all dressed up, about ready to fall asleep, but I just can't stay up long enough to basically remind y'all that RIZIN Otoko Matsuri, with 20 fights taking place at the Tokyo Dome, is gonna be an event that you, the fight fan, will not want to forget. For the first time since the summer of 2021, and in front of what will be a packed house of right around 50,000 people, the RIZIN Fighting Federation, Japan's premier combat sports promotion, will take its talents in action to the world-famous Tokyo Dome for a night of superior rule-set action known as RIZIN Otoko Matsuri. Expected to kick things off will be 3 prelim bouts to whet your appetite, including the RIZIN debut of 19-year-old K1 prospect Futa Hashimoto and 24-year-old Bonsai Jiu-Jitsu up-and-comer Vinicius Sushihashi Silveria. Then, in the oddest of oddball situations, the Emperor Koji Tanaka will face off against the hero of foul play and not giving a damn, Cena Caribbean, in a standing rules bout with Koji rocking 8-ounce gloves and Cena rocking 12-ounce gloves. In showcase fights, the second-generation IQ wrestler Taisei Sakuraba will look to impress in his sophomore outing versus 63-fight die-hard Spirit veteran Daisuke Nakamura. In kickboxing action, former K1 Grand Prix winner Tayo Asahisa fights returnee and Fuji TV employee soon to be laid off Yoshihisa Uza Strong Uzatsuyo, plus 2016 silver medalist from the Rio Olympics Shinobu Ota will look to become an unwelcome host to the Italian gangster, in his own mind, Bellator and PFL veteran Danny Sabatello. Deciding the pecking order at 145 pounds will not be easy, as Ryo Takagi faces young prospect Kiyoma Akimoto, while Kyohei Hagiwara, fresh off a controversial first-round knockout, faces Taisei Nishitani, as both fighters will look to notch more wins than L's on their record. In preview bouts leading to the Flyweight Grand Prix, 5 bouts will look to decipher future slots for some of the best and brightest young stars at 125 pounds. Rin Hiramoto's baby bro Gio will face former RIZIN Kickboxing World Champion Toki Tamaru. The Problem Boy, Tatsuki Shinotsuka, will make his MMA debut against 24-fight veteran Hiroya Kondo. Urson Batman Yamamoto returns to face K1 alum Daichi Tomizawa. Takaki Soya and BKFC flyweight champ, not to mention two-time UFC flyweight title challenger, John the Magician Dotson run back their Super RIZIN 3 bout under the superior rule set, and Yuki Ito goes toe-to-toe with Cage Fury FC and deep flyweight world champ Makoto Shinryu Takahashi in a catchweight bout at 130 pounds. Then, the Dinosaur War begins as the big boys take to the center ring. For the first time since 2016, RIZIN will have a Heavyweight Grand Prix, only this time around, the prize will lead to being one half of RIZIN's first heavyweight title fight on New Year's Eve. In a battle of Japanese MMA standouts, Mikio Ueda faces off against Shoma Shibisai. In an all-European battle, the Hulk from Kyrgyzstan, Islambek Batibek Ulu, will lock arms with the Russian-born, German-bred Alexander. Well, shit. I guess this means there's 19 fights on this card and 3 Grand Prix bouts to put over. Anyways, looking to start his last dance, Chicago's very own American Predator Daniel James will look to add to the Windy City's collection of champions. He'll have to get through Polish star and KSW representative Marek Samochiuk first. And with records that are, as some would say, virtually identical, 9-3 RIZIN standout Tsuyoshi Sudario will face 10-4 LFA representative Jose Cucu Augusto. In the highly anticipated co-main event, Mikuru Asakura, who hasn't fought in almost a year, will look to avenge his last man standing defeat. In his way, in place of Rin Hiramoto, will be another man looking to avenge a recent defeat, as former featherweight champion Chihiro Suzuki will look to bounce back from losing his possible title rematch opportunity to Karshiga Doubtbeck, whose grudge will stand the strongest in the end. Then, in the main event, two-time RIZIN featherweight world champion Clever Koike Herbst will look to start his second reign out on a high note. He'll do so against perhaps the toughest and hungriest test of his career, the undefeated finisher Razavali Shedulayev of Kyrgyzstan. With commentary from the Down Under tandem of the voice Michael Schiavello and Damian Beatdown Brown, the shrills of the Scream Queen Lenny Hart returning back to where her fight sports journey began, and the excitement of over 50,000 fans in attendance, RIZIN Otoko Matsuri will hope to bring enough heat to make the big egg boil over. Don't miss your chance to witness this epicness live. Go to RIZIN.tv, reserve your $20 opportunity to see all the drama and energy of Otoko Matsuri, and be sure to watch when the manly spirits shake the dome with force.
As the great Lenny Hart always says,